Hello everyone, and welcome to If Found. Let's begin. Full disclosure, I have played this game before. If you want to watch that, my first time, then you can put a link in the description below. "750 million kilometers from Earth, in orbit around Jupiter. I've never been so far before. I need to go further. Only one more jump, and I will be the first to reach Planet X." I'm still alive. I did it. I'm directly within the orbit of Planet X. I've proved the theory. It's real. But where is it? I can feel its gravity. How can it be so small when its pull is so strong? These readings. Something's wrong. This is a black hole. It has been a while since I played this game, so I don't fully remember everything, by the way. But this is a really beautiful game that I wanted to play again. So here we are. An astronaut. Is that me? I wonder. If Found? That's the name of the game. Let's go. We did it. I'm assuming we beat the game. I'm assuming this is the end. Oh, nope, never mind. This book belongs to somebody. December 3rd, 1993. Is this me? I wonder if this is me. Gotta erase it though. We don't want this no more. December 3rd, 1993. Yeah, get rid of that house. I'm home. My name is Cassio. Things to remember. Your earliest member is your Da, holding you up on the beach, lifting you over the waves, rain coming in. He said, "Best get back to your mam. Best get back or your mam will worry." Now this is an Irish game, I believe. So because it's me and I don't know how to pronounce things properly, I'm going to say dad and mom. Just apologies for that. Can I erase this? 2. You finished two goes of college, your undergrad and your master's. Everyone thought you couldn't even survive on your own. You stick with it. 4. You don't need to be nice to people who bully you. It's true. 3. Oh, I didn't know that's how this would work. I'll get rid of this. We don't need this. I just read that. When people stare, just ignore them. Think about the stars and the galaxies and dark matter, whatever it is. Remember how small and insignificant we all are. 5. You don't need a relationship. Relationships don't work with you. You can try to be normal and have a relationship, but it has never felt right, and that's okay. It's okay to be quiet and weird. Mom, Brid McHugh, age 52, likes hosting the knitting circle in the house, watching Winning Streak on Saturdays, hates driving the Castle Bar to do the big shop, mowing the lawn, the parish console. My favorite thing about her, watching her slowly pick out a tune on the piano from scrappy sheets of paper. Things to remember. 1. She's from the mainland, from Westport. She jokes that she came for my dad but stayed for his 5 sisters. 2. When I went to school, she started working in the post office. 3. She only knows how to bake a few things, but she has great commitment to it. Mom is determined that me and Fergal will pass on her brown bread recipe. 4. The only thing she kept of Dad was his Sunday jacket, for me or Fergal when we were old enough. Fergal McHugh, age 30. Likes GAA, a few scoops down the pub with the lads. Hates thinking. Things to remember about Fergal. My favorite thing about him. We used to go and pick mussels together in Keem sometimes. 1. He has a photo in his room of him at his Deb's. Sarah is there. Before she left for Australia, he's smiling at the camera with his big goofy grin. 2. He was the one who told me Dad was in the hospital. He came and knocked on the door of my classroom, and I knew at once something was wrong. 3. His favorite films are James Bond films. He watches them religiously when they're on the telly. December 4th, Saturday. I'm home for a month when I can get back to Dublin. Fine. It feels like I haven't been on the island in years. Research jobs, projects, long hours, doing inventory in the supermarket, anything to keep myself away. I wanted to write a letter to Mom. Hi, this is who I am. Here's my name. To couldn't. Tuh is like to also, I believe. I don't know what the couldn't is there in that sentence, because I don't know this lingo. Good memories here too, for what that's worth. I can't speak. Tea, hot water bottles, say your prayers, sleep tight. Mommy loves you, loves a you. I'm fine. Next page. Sunday. I can't stand sitting around. I need to breathe. Back from Mass, no air in this house. Nobody has drawn breath here since Dad's wake. I pedaled down the road like if I just went fast enough I could leave it all behind. That's not how it works. Been there before. Sat on Keem Bay and watched the horizon. Then Colum appeared. Colum! It is you. Well, haven't you changed? Good to see you again, Colum. Call me Cassio. Nodded, smiled. You should meet my boyfriend Jack. The weather approved the brightest day since October. Hey, space geek. Hey, just because I'm a space geek don't mean that's a bad thing. Monday 6th, Fergal mentioned working at the post office again. No thanks, too many faces. Don't want to do that. Met Colum and Jack at the abandoned village and climbed up Sleevemore. Jack was all teeth and laughter, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed enthusiasm. I don't think anyone from Atrial is that relaxed. A band? You're kidding. No, really. With a young gun, Sean's a real talent, Seanzer is. That's Jack. Jack looks nice. We're called the Banshee. Jack's on drums, of course. Colin the bassist, setting the groove. Shans sings and writes. I wonder what he's like. I don't know if it's Shans or Shans. Calming. I'll get rid of it though. Tuesday. Got hungry, went up to Dugort to the tea shop. They make the only decent sandwich on HL. Telling and hearing 5 years of stories, Colum had much more than me. Come hang out with us if you want some space, Cassio. We're out in the big house. Out towards Keem, the 3 of us are living there together. It's amazing. Yeah, it's grand. At least after we cleared out all the broken bottles. Come watch us practice. I might have to take you up on that. Maybe the month will be grand. Well, I couldn't help but notice there's this big scribble here. Oh, I love the sound of rain. But we're getting rid of it so we can go inside. Old room, old habits, old home. It was nice to be fed and to sleep in my own bed, although it felt like a coffin, so dark and so empty outside. I got up to think and to figure out how to talk to her. A plan. 2:12 a.m., December 8th. Things fall apart. My wee pet, what are you doing awake at this hour? Hey Mom, just want to make a cup of tea. Oh, the pot's on. Lovely. What do you have there? Nothing. Ah, I thought you might be drawing. You used to do such lovely drawings when you were small. Our little artist. Maybe I should have gone to art school instead. You had so much potential. You could have done anything you put your mind to. Did you know Luke got a very good job in Castlebar working for a bank? Well done, Luke. He said they're always looking for people. Said it's very technical. Lots of numbers. Ah, Mom, not this again. Don't tell anyone, but his mom said he's making near 35 grand a year. That's not nothing, dear. Mom, I'm going back to college in January for a PhD. And what does that get you? What will you do then? Will you make any money with that? You can't keep scraping by, pet, and you know we can't help out much. I'm going to do what I really want to do. Stars and things. Yes, the building blocks of everything. Well, okay. And how are you going to look after yourself? Not to mention, of course, a family of your own. Pet, I just don't understand this whole alternative thing. There was a great show about teenage phases on Liveline the other day. It's not a phase, and I'm 23. Look, you're going to have to face facts, settle down with a nice woman, and get your life in order. Once you have children of your own, you'll understand. I don't want the same life as you and Dad. He wouldn't even entertain this for a second. We always wanted the best for you and Fergal. Then let me live the life I want to. How can this be the life you want, with that hair and those clothes? It's none of your business. Oh God, you're really lost. Dublin, that university, it's changed you. You let it. You're not the person I've known. And what gives you the right to say who I really am? Don't you dare take that tone with me, I'm your mother. Well, you should act like it then. What does that mean? Aren't mothers supposed to love their children? Well, you have no right to say that. I've struggled every day to raise you. And if not for me, you'd be out perishing in the cold. Ungrateful Wayne. Jesus Christ, I can't take another minute of you. Come back here this instant, and don't take the Lord's name in vain. Yeah. That's tough. Showed up at Column's door, soaked to the bone. In my hood I could hear Mom sing. I looked like a drowned rat. Colin opened the door. He looked at me once and took me inside. Back to the hole. Hello? Anyone? Come on, answer me. Damn it, the anomaly. This black hole, it's going to devour me. Devour all of us. One last message before communication cuts out. I'm going in. If I can save Earth, at least I will find answers. Dr. Cassiopeia, over and out. Doctor, I can hear... We can't... More static. Hello? An event on Give Up Hope? What's all this then? Drum set? Guitar, bass, probably? I don't know the instruments very well. Oh, hi. I didn't mean to wake you up, sorry. Nice to meet you. Bye. That was interesting. I'm sleepy. I'm just a sleepy little girl. I just really like the artwork of this game. It's simple, but it's really cute. It took me a long moment to realize where I was. My head was throbbing. I looked around. It was the big house, Column's new place, their squat. My breath relaxed. 10:45 a.m., December 8th, coming and going. Jack jumped through the sitting room door. Wakey, wakey. Even his grin was loud and happy. Food's coming. Lots of rashers. I don't know what rashers are, but it sounds good to me. Colin was the next apparition at the door. His voice was much softer, encouraging me to get up while the food was hot. My eyelids still wanted to close. I didn't know how to say thanks, but I rolled onto the cold wooden floor and pulled myself up slowly. The kitchen smelled so good. Ooh, now I'm hungry. I want some good food, please. Welcome to our fabulous abode, Cassio. Yeah. Welcome to our fabulous abode, Cassio. Sit thyself and prepare for a breakfast extravaganza. I think I outdid myself, as always. I was salivating at the sight of the fry-up. Ooh, it looks so good. I want food. It was the guy with the guitar, Shans. I didn't know if I had been dreaming. I complicated his playing without thinking, or I complimented his playing. Oh, it's nothing really. Had I said something stupid? I couldn't tell if he was shy or cocky. Well, he's blushing, so you know what that might mean. Oh. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Cute. Jack teased Sean's while I just ate. I gulped down many salty, crispy rashers. Is rashers like short for rations? I'm curious to know. They all seem so comfortable in their own skin, so open with each other. We were still sitting at the table when the Angelus played over the radio. It was noon? Oh my god, I must have needed a big sleep. Mom would have a fit if I was still in bed at home. Well, you're not at home, so it doesn't matter. I wondered if I could go back. No. Or was there anywhere I could stay in Dublin? I don't know. Gollum interrupted my thoughts. He calmed me down. You're not going nowhere, kiddo. Thanks, Gollum. You're good friends. He told me I'd have a home with them when I needed it. He's been through this himself before. Oh. Makes you sad to hear, but at least, he's there for me now. Well, at least, whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. A home. Even if that home is leaking and damp. It turned out the only suitable room for me left was their practice room. I felt guilty, but cared for. Which is really what people want at the end of the day. Just to feel cared for, cared about. Just like home. Ooh, nighttime. Is it raining again? Wouldn't surprise me, we're in Ireland supposedly. Oh, hello? I'll check out up here. I thought these were chickens for a second. Watching the toy show with Colin was like being kids again. Big kids looking out for each other and eating too many sweets. Cute. Kiss me, honey bun. Ah, he's attacking me. Oi, get a room. We're going. Come on. Oh, this is a translation, isn't it? I didn't understand that. Mogra, Irish for my love. One dialect would pronounce it as Magra. Okay. Awesome. Slan losers. Quick way of saying goodbye. Get out of... Oop. Awkward silence, awkward silence, awkward silence, awkward silence. Holy shit, this is so awkward. I don't know this person. Me as fuck. So how did you three meet anyway? Well, we all went on a trip to Tip. Fuck. This year from Castlebar. I don't know why that fucked with me. It was some crake. I had my guitar on the bus. In the middle of a jam, Jack told me we were starting a band. I can't believe it. I can believe it. I hope Jack knows I have the music ability of a broken wheel. I'm glad to have you in the house anyway. How'd you even end up here? I knew this place as the scary ghost house when I was a kid. Gollum suggested it. We were talking about putting together an EP and we needed somewhere to practice. That's so cool. We've got an actual gig coming up soon. That'll be deadly. I wish we were a bit more focused on the music though. Sometimes I think Colin and Jack just like having a place they can be together. Oh, I was a little surprised at breakfast that you were so comfortable around them. Ah, it doesn't bother me. Colin and Jack are good people. They're outsiders and I'm an outsider too. And it's legal now anyway. About time. But it is kind of intense living on top of each other sometimes. So I'm really happy you're here. Now I can talk to someone when they're busy snogging. Hooray! You know, I think I did the leaving with your sister Asha. What is leaving? Leaving certificate. Oh, entrance exam. Okay. Your family owns Niles Chipper, right? My dad runs it, yeah. We all get roped into help. I remember when Asha moved into my class. I'd never heard a Manchester accent in real life. Well, she's back there now with my mom's sister. She's studying medicine and everything, just like Mom. Cool, she was nice to me. I haven't talked to people from my class in ages. I left HL so quickly after school. Everybody leaves HL. I didn't think it would be so different when school ended. Tell me about Dublin. There must be all kinds of things happening. Gigs, parties, party gigs? Probably. I don't do much in Dublin, or talk to anyone, but there's libraries. Mostly I read about physics and work and do computer stuff. My parents would love you. Well, I might be looking for new ones. Would they like another child? Haha, I don't think this is a joke. Or not much of one. Night, Cassio. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Oichmaith. The Irish for good night. One dialect would pronounce it as Ihwa. Ihwa. Okay. Sure. I'll believe you. I probably am still saying it wrong anyway, but that's okay. It's cozy. You can tell it's a run-down building, but it's doesn't mean it's not cozy. Oh, that dang hole again. What are we gonna do about it this time, huh? Get sucked into it? Yeah. Alright. It's orange. Oh, another book. Another journal. December 9th. Band practice all day. I sat in the corner and listened. Oh, you can hold down and it like erases for you. Jack, you're coming in too soon, he huffed until Colin kissed his cheek. By tea time, they were playing in the dark. The house's mishmash of wires couldn't handle their equipment and the lights. I told them they sounded like Bon Jovi, but it didn't go down well. Jack shook his head sadly. It's a compliment. Not everything is perfect. The house is freezing, the immersion doesn't work, and I've learned a lot about different types of mold, but who cares? Jack, Colum, and Shans are also nice. I'll figure my life out tomorrow, or the day after, and wash my one set of clothes. That's all you need. You only need one. 10th. A rare blue sky. I wanted to get out in the fresh air, and Shans joined me for company. Spotted Miss McGinty in a field halfway up the hill to the loft, her sheep running ahead of her. She whistled sharp. I don't think she recognized me, but gave us a short, swift nod before she turned back up the hill, sheep in tow. I talked about Manchester and Dublin. He was very impressed with my astrophysics. There was an eviction notice from the guards when I got home. Don't worry, we get one every week. They don't do anything about it. I sure hope not. 11th. Woke up and Colin was lighting a fire. I could feel the warmth return to my bones. I chopped briquettes into thin slivers before the rain came. We had to ration our fuel, but I just wanted the blaze going all day. Shans put on a tape as we hung up some Christmas lights. The four of us lay around the living room listening to The Cure. There's a strange sensation in my body somewhere. Has a weight dropped from my shoulder, or have I lost something important? I don't know. Sunday the 12th. Shans went home today and I missed him. Colin brought the rest of us to his Auntie Maggie's. Colin stayed with her back when his parents kicked him out. She has a nice cottage overlooking Dugort Beach, half swallowed by fuchsia bushes and giant rhubarb. I want to go there. That sounds awesome. She called us all wee lambs, made us cup after cup of tea, and insisted we stay for dinner. Chops and peas and coffee cake. The cake was unbearably dry, but I ate a big slice anyway. We left before it got too dark, and she gave us a huge shopping bag of food to take back. There were 4 selection boxes in there, too. Sorry, huh? Things to remember about Colin. He likes junk food, goes weak at the knees for a pack of crisps, especially if they're salt and vinegar. He hates working in the Corrigan's newsagent cities the summer. He's 24. He loves walking bass lines, Jack, Auntie Maggie, H.L. 1. He'll take care of anyone and anything. That's how I met him, because he was feeding a stray cat near the school. 2. My favorite thing about him, the way he awkwardly rubs the back of his head when he's nervous. 3. For all his kindness, he has a wicked sense of gallows humor. His laugh is surprisingly loud, given how quiet he is. 4. Colum doesn't do half measures. It's like the way he feels about Jack. He's always all or nothing. 5. Colum is good to tell secrets to, but he's not great for giving advice. He's not that good at making decisions himself. Yeah, that's okay. December 13th. Starting to forget my routine before I move to the big house. I wake up at 12 and I'm out of bed at 1-ish, whenever the band starts. I wonder who lived here before. Some landlord, dead generations ago. At 3 there was a knock and then a bang on the door. I saw him coming through the curtain, so I disappeared. Fergal on his little post bike with a letter from Mom. Jack was the one who opened the door, the one who handed me the envelope. I haven't left my room since. I talked a lot with Shans. He had a solution for everything. I have nothing. I have no things, so we're going to get my things. Tonight the two of us will rob my house. Okay. I don't know if that's going to go well. I hope it does. Sister Bernadetta, Sisters of Mercy, Castle Street, Westport, Mayo. To the occupants, your tenancy of the dwelling at Grogan House, Keel, West, Dual, H.O.Co. Mayo is illegal, and an application for court order for forcible removal has been submitted. If you do not leave before the 14th 12, 1993, Anne Garda Suchanta will be called in. You have the whole of 24 hours of the termination date to vacate and give up possession of the above dwelling. Any issue to the validity of this notice or the right of the landlord to serve it must be referred to the Residential Tenancies Board. This notice is served on this date. Is that only 2 days before they're supposed to leave? I don't know how to explain that I'm not who she thinks or wants. I don't know where to start. Will she ever call me Cassio? My dear son, I've been waiting for you to come home all week. What's happened all of a sudden? You're like a different person. Whatever it is, I know things will be right as rain soon. I want you to know I forgive you for the things you said. You were angry, and we all say things we don't mean when we're angry. Maybe you're afraid to come home because of that, and maybe you're afraid you've ruined things between us, but it isn't true. I'm still your mom. I'll always be here. I haven't touched any of your things. I did notice some things you might want to talk about. When you get back, we'll go through it all together. Decide what to keep and what to throw away. Missing you, your mom. She's trying, but she has all these ideas of how I should be. She didn't even consider she might need to apologize too. Heist plan. 1. Walk quietly to Duag via the Bog Road. 2. Open my bedroom window using the janky hinge. 3. Pack up my stuff. Don't wake Fergal. Don't wake Mom. 4. Figure out life with clean clothes. And we're back at the hole. As it always is. The clouds broke as we crossed onto the Bog Road. When I heard the stream, I knew we were close. (10:20 p.m. December 13th, the Bog Road Heist. Before I met these guys, I couldn't have imagined this excitement in a million years. Shans asked me if I'd missed this place. It sounded so final, I just said no quickly. I didn't feel like talking about it. We climbed up the stairs my dad spent 2 summers on. I remembered sick days at home watching Bosco on the TV under TV blankets. Under the blankets. I don't know what a TV blanket would be. I remember fights about whether Mom should make apple sponge or apple crumble for dessert. I thought about our old dog Molly. Aww. And the way she snuck in under my arms looking for rubs. and how light she felt in my lap when she died. Rest in peace, Molly. Climbing through the window. Hey, don't get your mud on my jacket. I'm in. This room never really felt like mine. How can such a small empty room have so much stuff in it? I should have brought a bigger bag. Whatever I can fit will be all I have after 2 decades. All my old clothes were things other people thought I should like. I didn't care enough to have an opinion. My chest hurt as I looked at my bed. Part of me wanted to crawl into it, bury myself in the cool sheets and their familiar scent. Maybe this room lacks identity because it always had to be ready for guests. Granny at Christmas, aunts coming home, cousins from St. Paul. Or maybe this room is so blank because I hadn't figured out who I was. All I wanted was to sit in the back of the class and read books. And you're allowed to do that, damn it. Footsteps in the hall. Oh no. You. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, I thought you were a burglar. I can see you, you know. Do you ever think of Mom, you complete gobsheen? Hi, Fergal. What if she had heard you? She's probably awake now, worrying about the robbers. Who's going to rob us on Achel? That doesn't stop her fretting, you know. Cassio, are you okay? Who's that? None of your business. I know you're living in the big house. What of it? A lot of rumors about what goes on there. They're all like you, right? No one is like me. You're the biggest freak around, that's for sure. I'm leaving. Hold on right there, we're not done. Shans, take my bag. You're going to regret this. Sooner or later, your choices are going to catch up with you. I'm jumping, catch me. Keep your bloody voice down. And back to the hole. Seems like Fergal might be even worse. Stop. You're already so close to the event horizon. Please. Can you hear me, Doctor? Yes, I'm here. Who are you? Call me Control. Don't you have a first name? Something less formal? Control will do. Okay, Mr. Control. It's good to hear your voice. I thought I'd never talk to anyone again. How are your vital signs? Are you okay? I'm fine. Did you get my data? I'm looking at your readings now. The anomaly is definitely unnatural. And with its trajectory, it will intersect with the Earth in only 24 days. If we get more data from the event horizon, we can do something, right? Maybe. We might be able to find the event that caused the anomaly in the first place. We don't have time to send a probe. I'll do it. What? It'll kill you. Don't be so pessimistic, Control. Like you said, there's still hope. This is reckless. Doctor? Doctor, respond. Please, call me Cassiopeia. Ooh. Our run collapsed into an out-of-breath walk. I realized all I wanted in this world was a bag of steaming hot chips and vinegar. I asked Shans about his dad's chipper in Keel. He was fidgeting with the zip of his jacket. He asked me if that's what I really wanted. His family would be there, if that's what I really wanted. I was too hungry to mind. If you want to escape family, you go to Dublin. You don't get stars like this in the big smoke. Ooh, constellation. 11:40 p.m., December 13th. Cassiopeia was over Keel. Is Fergal why you can't go home? He's grand. I'm used to him mostly. We haven't really got on since I went to college. Well, he seems like a complete tool. It's my mom. I just can't talk to her, and I can't handle how she looks at me now. We keep having the same arguments and talk about everything except the obvious. The only reasonable option left is to leave the country forever. Then she'd be stuck with Fergal. Oh god, that's a terrible fate. You don't sound angry with her, though. I am and I am, and she's done a lot for me. I love her. She raised us by herself. Dad would be away in Scotland for most of the year working. I'm sure he loves you too. Maybe. We never really used that word much around the house. I guess it's not an Irish thing. My parents are so open with affection, it's gross. They've no shame at all. That's sweet. Mom's been through a lot for my dad. He's from HL, right? Yeah, he left for work and ended up in Manchester as a porter in the hospital. If I lived in Manchester, I would stay there. If only. Mom even had to sign a letter to the priest that all the kids were being raised Catholic. She's still adamant that me, Tara, and Neil join Dad for Mass every Sunday morning, so the neighbors don't forget we're just like the rest of you. Well, hello. Speak of the devil. Go on, give us a bit of peace, Tara. I just want to meet your new friend. Is that the one that we met, actually, technically? Nobody in this family can mind their own business. What, you mean you don't want to tell Mom and Dad you're here? Ugh, I'll see yous on Sunday, isn't that good enough? I'm Cassio. I'm living with the band right now. Well, that's good. I'm glad they're still going. Neil bet me a $5 the band would break up before Christmas. They're all really talented. Talented and annoying. Sounds like my big brother. Lovely to meet you, Cassio. Cool name. Thanks. That's my wee sister. She's a terror. I like her. She said my name is cool. It is. It's nice to hear people use it. Really? I hate my name. Shans? No, that's a football nickname. Niloan Shans Agam. Maybe. My name is Ishan. It's Indian. Will I stick to Shans then? I mean, I don't know if that feels like me either. It feels like a character, but isn't that what a nickname is? You can change it. Your name is whatever you say it is. I was named after my grandfather. I can't imagine what my parents would say. The trouble I'd get into if I even suggested it. I picked Cassio for a game in college, and then it just grew on me. Yeah, of course. Wait, what? You picked it? Obviously? I thought you knew. I mean, yeah, I didn't think about it. That's cool. Twiddling my thumbs, my little fingies. This is nice. Thanks for talking to me. The lads from town would think I'm a weirdo talking about names. We're all weirdos. That's true. I used to wish I was normal more than anything. I thought I could fix myself, and then I realized I didn't need to be fixed. I'm sorry. Hey punk, Mom says to come upstairs and stay the night. Alright, time to go, Cassio. Dad will drive you back to Duag in the morning. We're leaving now, Tara. See you soon. Mom says you'll die of the cold out there. I love you too, bye. 14th. The story of the heist spilled out over breakfast the next morning. Jack called us criminal masterminds. After a cold dripping shower, I got changed into clean clothes. Everyone was mighty impressed that I had a different t-shirt. I've never appreciated doing the washing enough. Whoa. That's a little bit scary. In the evening, we watched Into the West. I made hot chocolate for everyone by melting down 2 selection boxes. It was a treat. Wednesday. I went with the gang to the post office to get the dole. Artist salary, starving artists maybe. The queue was shocking, but everyone was friendly. People of all ages, but mostly older. I won't let that happen to me. Let what happen to you? I won't get stuck on HL spending my evenings and my dole in the pubs. I see. I didn't continue. I kept a distance, but just in case Fergal and Mom were working. Colin got another written warning from the guards about the house. Sean suggested that we could live in the seal caves up by Dukert Hill, famous 5 style. There was also a letter for me, but I didn't open it. They bought some cans in the shop to take home. I didn't drink. The 16th. We went to bingo. Me and Jack went to put up posters for the gig next week. Fox's Den, number 10, Cup of Tea, number 3, Lovely Legs, 11. That sounded like slam poetry somehow. We got a few looks when we arrived. Most of them were older women I only ever saw at Mass, but we spotted Auntie Maggie and joined her. No one paid us mind after that. We won a shampoo gift set, thank God. We really needed some in the house. Everyone looks a bit greasy. Things to remember about Jack. Age 25. 1. He comes from a big family. There are 7, 8 children? Jack is somewhere in the middle, but I keep losing track. He hates sitting around doing nothing, rain, and reading. 2. He's vain about his appearance. He keeps trying to teach me how to use moisturizer. He loves sitting around drinking cans, cooking for others. Adventure! 3. He talks about leaving HL like it's a question of when, not if. Colum's always wanted to stay. My favorite thing about him, Jack's a great person to watch TV with, joking about whatever's on. 4. He likes making things, but he's not great at cleaning up after himself. I will, yeah, he says, but never gets around to it. And he gets sulky if you push it. Okay. Let's continue. December 17th. We woke up to a flooded kitchen floor. Burst pipe, Colum said, rubbing the back of his neck. Happens when it freezes, he said. Colum's head was stuck under the sink all morning, and he did what his father taught him. Shans and Jack helped with mopping and towels. I felt a bit useless, so I kept out of the way. Thought about writing a letter to Mom again. Shans pulled a paperback from somewhere and tossed it to me. Asimov, one I'd read before, but I was happy to read it again. Saturday. Opened the letter this morning. It was from Fergal himself. What a bullocks. Shanes took me for a walk down to Keel and then to Achel's Sound. It was lovely. I loved the sea, even with the gulls screaming their heads off in the pale sky. Yeah, me too. In regards to loving the sea. The wind was pushing us around, so we didn't talk much. It felt nice just being with someone in a comfortable silence. Ended up reaching the football pitch, and we sat in the new stone fence. We both bonded over being terrible at GAA. I had to go on Saturday morning for years, though I couldn't do even the most basic drills. The 19th. Part of the attic ceiling fell in during a storm last night. We saw it from outside first in the gray morning light. Could have been a lot worse. Colum used a tarp for Jack's drums to cover it, but that won't last. This place is starting to feel a bit scary. Shan stayed with us and we had a makeshift Sunday dinner with a leg of beef Maggie gave us. Found myself missing my mud group. Told Shans about the computers and role-playing. I knew people in colleges all over the world. No one else from HL, though. Is there even a computer on the whole island? The 20th. Tonight after practice, we all went down to Keem to make a massive bonfire on the beach. It was a pre-gig ritual to ward away evil spirits. Everything was sodden after weeks of rain, so it was definitely magic that the fire started. Gollum had some lighter fluid, which probably helped. We sang songs in the drizzle. Our backs were soaked, but the heat in the crag was cheering. I meant to burn my letters, but forgot. Hello, you got a letter from the university. Very fancy, seal and everything. Mom wouldn't open it. Said she couldn't. You know how she is. But I did. You didn't get that scholarship. Who are you trying to cod? I see you living with those wasters dossing all day. They're dragging their families through the mud too. Whole island is talking about you. It's weird. You're making a holy show of yourself. You always wanted us to think you were awful smart, too good for real work. Sucked up to the teachers and convinced the old pair to send you to college, and for what? Cop on. If you want to be weird, do it in your spare time. Right now you have to come back down to earth. Fergal. Is he lying? What the hell did I do? Set list. Oops. High cost of living, something, ramp walk, play louder. I accidentally discovered the hole. Castle Bar, 10 p.m., Tuesday, December 21st, 1993. The high cost of living. I could hear them playing. It wasn't too late. The floor was shaking, columns bass. The dark community hall was a mess of bodies, black tees with metal bands, denim jackets and badges. I pushed and shoved to see them up close. The lads looked incredible. Yeah, they do. They look cool. Jack was at the back going wild on the drums. Column's bass was perfect and smooth, keeping the others in time. Shan's guitar and voice had the crowd on tenterhooks. The band she finished, everyone loved them. So many cheers, a world away from practice in the big house. After Column, Jack, and Sean's left the stage, the room seemed to get even more packed. Darkness filled the hall, the music started again. When the lights came back, I instantly fell in love with the first woman holding a guitar that I saw. I felt the rumble, I felt the distortion, I felt like a dork. She owned the stage in her massive boots. I jumped in fright when she roared, and then I kept jumping. The Nosferatu, the heaviest band in Mayo. I was getting crushed between people. I wondered if I was going to die. I didn't care, I just wanted to be there. Ooh. Ooh, hell yeah. Jack, he danced like a superstar. He started flailing at me and I joined in. Being friends with this legend made me feel like a superstar too. Hell yeah. I danced for so long I thought my arms and legs were falling off. In the anonymity of the crowd, I was free. I like how the drawings are getting scribbly. Oh? What's this now? The lights came up. My eyes adjusted to the horror of the lit hall. I was wrecked. Everyone started to shuffle out slowly as they recognized their sweaty friends, exhausted and happy. I headed backstage to find the gang. Even the ground looked sweaty underneath the litter of lost beer cans. Nosferatu kissing? Is this an awakening for me? Jack announced a house party at our gaff. Nosferatu are coming. Ooh, interesting. They're gonna drive us all the way back to HL. Hell yeah. Oh, cool. This is a really cute drawing. Damn, they look awesome. Driving back to HL. Back to our shitty house that isn't ours. And going to the hole. Hell yeah, party. Hell yeah, get it on. Ooh, the attic. Here you are. I couldn't find you anywhere. What are you doing in the attic? Oh, you know. I wanted some space. My room is kind of full. There are some people I haven't seen since school. Domnit. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm not very good at talking to people. "1 a.m., December 22nd. Finding space in the attic. I didn't think... Will I kick them out? It's fine. I don't think they recognize me. Oh. Ooh, getting to look at space through the hole. I just wanted to chill and look at the sky. This is a cool image. If my mom caught me smoking, she'd kill me. Mine's a bloody doctor. She sees patients with lung cancer every other week in the hospital. Maybe this isn't as bad as cigarettes? Still smoke. Well, we're going to die sometime. Yeah. When I was 10, my grandmother in India died. I'd never met her, and then suddenly I never could. Mom told me she was cremated. It's strange, but I like the idea of her ashes going back into nature. Life keeps going. Atoms develop into proteins, into cells, into us. That stuff hit you hard, huh? Shut up. The universe is 13 billion years old, and it just gets more complex, more intricate, weirder. Every second is totally different from the last. Are you saying we have to make the most of the time we have? You're assuming time is even real. Hey, can I ask you something personal? Totally. Are you, like Colum and Jack? I don't know. Maybe? Does it even matter? Does that mean you like girls or boys? Both? Neither? I like sleeping. Yeah. I like being here with you. It's nice. Thank God for heaters. We were living in limbo and then you showed up. HL is limbo. It's weird to see classmates who never left. We could be ourselves in Dublin. Imagine if we lived together. I'd like to live on a barge someday. We could live on the canals, and you could teach me about space. And you'd teach me the guitar? I could reinvent myself like David Bowie. For real, and not pretend anymore. You're pretending? I just think the guy other people see and the real me are very different. And who's the real you? I don't even know. Not Sean's, not Ishan, someone. Look, I'm telling you, give yourself a new name. Hey, can I hang up posters in our barge? Yeah, of course. You can hang up whatever you want. Will we have plants? If you take care of them, I'm a plant killer. I think I got a good nickname. Oh? The Barge Bard. Such a pretty game. Hey, do you ever think about the ozone layer? What, and the fact that it's getting progressively worse every day? No, not at all. Day 10 since first contact. There's been no response from Doctor. I have confirmed the trigger event for the anomaly. 14 days left until the event, when it will reach Earth. I got the data. Please receive. You're still there. Of course, I'm a professional. It only took a few minutes to align my orbit and escape again. It has been a week. Control, I detect wormholes nearby in all directions. Space-time is being ripped into shreds. I think I can use them. This looks so cool. First jump was a success. You're back. My readings say I'm somewhere beyond Neptune. You traveled 50,000 kilometers in a few days. In a second. That's an unbelievable distortion of space-time. And this is just the beginning. As the black hole expands, the time dilation will only get worse. I've been analyzing the data you sent yesterday and... Keep it up, gotta go. I can see Ganymede. Hello, I have good news, Doctor. The source of the positron entanglement is Earth. Good thing I was already heading that way. I found something in the data you sent that might tell us more about the trigger. It seems to be an image of some kind. An image? Is it of use? I don't understand it yet, but I'll find out more. Right, gotta go again. Bye. By the way, my name... Guess we'll never know. Is that Earth? 12,000 kilometers from Mars. Nope, it's Mars. Cassiopeia, I made a breakthrough. I found more evidence of the original positron annihilation that caused the anomaly. That trigger event, it hasn't happened yet. Its effects are rippling back in time. Then we can stop it. Do you know what we have to do? Not yet. I'm still decoding this image. I'm more sure than ever that it's the key. And I've narrowed the event's future location to Ireland. It's not far. I'll send you my location and contact. Call me as soon as you arrive. By then we'll have less than a day left. Then I'll see you soon, Control. About that, my name... Jumping! My name is McHugh, but you can call me Mac, for short. McHugh. Isn't that our last name? See you soon, Cassiopeia. Got it. Don't be late, Mac. And put the kettle on. Am I crazy, or is that our last name? I woke up comfy. Light came in through the roof. There was something heavy on my legs. I was still wearing last night's clothes, even the shoes. Oh God, is everyone still downstairs? 6 a.m. December 22nd, the back of Beyond. Was this someone's arm? I think so. Yep. Shans? Hey, you're on top of me. Ugh, hey. Wake up, sleepyhead. Get off of me, you Egypt. This is probably the closest I've been to anyone except my mom. Hey, are you still asleep? I was dreaming about us. I dreamt about aliens. So I know we probably shouldn't leave until after Christmas, but I've been thinking. What? So we'll need to find a flat first, right? Shans, what are you talking about? Moving to Dublin together, obviously. We were kind of out of it last night. But we are going to go to Dublin, right? You're serious? We're not going anywhere. You're like 18? 19? 19. I'm mature. I can't take care of you, Shans. I can barely look after myself. I want to look after you. Slow down a second. Cassio, it's hard for me to say this, but I have to. I think I like you. What? Get off, Jesus. Don't you want to kiss me? I don't want to kiss anyone right now. I really like you, Cassio. I got that. I told you things I've never told anyone else. I didn't ask you to. You've made me realize things about myself. I see myself in you. I have no idea who you think I am. My life is falling apart right now. You don't want to be me. All the more reason to leave. We'll move off this island and everything will be great. I don't even know if I have anything in Dublin to go back to. The PhD is gone. And your parents will be worried sick. Who are you to talk to me about worrying parents? I can't handle this. I'm sorry. Shut up. Please, Cassio, stop. Please, Cassio. Cassio? Cassio? Cassio, come back. Hello there, Cassio. Ah, hi, Maggie. Isn't the frost beautiful? Cold, though. And the wind is fierce, too. Yeah. It's a happy surprise to see you so early. Especially after your big night out in Castle Bar. All that music and Craig. I didn't sleep very well. Well, there's nothing like looking at the sea to calm a restless mind. It was terrible leaving every September when I taught in Castle Bar. What's wrong, pet? Is it your mom? I don't mean to pry, only Colum said... It's a lot of things. Whatever it is, it's smaller than you think. These things always are. You'll go home for Christmas, and it'll be forgotten like that. Colum and his dad are like cats and dogs, but doesn't he see them every year? I don't think so. What was that? Colum doesn't go home. He was with Jack last year. They had a frozen pizza. This year we'll have a chicken, though. You're joking. He didn't say that. Christmas dinner in that rotten house? The state of it. It must be freezing. And damp, too. You just can't live like that. That's a disgrace. The roof will be gone before you know. It kinda is. Bits of it. He could come to me. I'd love some company at Christmas. I think they're more comfortable being themselves. What do you mean? You know, around you they can't just be open with each other. Oh, but, I mean, you keep things like that private. That's just how it's done. We all have our own crosses. We have a nice chicken anyway, and Jack is making jelly. It was bringing it out in the open that caused all his troubles. That's an awful thing to say. Asking him to hide who he is, if he even could? Sorry. I should go. No, you're right. He does care about you. And like, he definitely appreciates you taking him in after Mr. O'Malley kicked him out. I hope he knows I care about him too. People used to say I was a bit queer. They'd say all kinds of things. People are mean. Hold on to the good ones. Colum, Jack. I could never hold on to anyone. I kept thinking there must be one good man out there, but there was never one for me. My father told me my only hope was to become a nun and get an education. Were you? You don't look like a nun. Almost. I hid from everyone, but I couldn't hide from God. Myself and Colum are more alike than I want to admit. I'll have to get a bigger goose. What? Tell Colum you're all coming to me for Christmas, and you're moving out of that place. I have a spare room and a lovely comfy couch. No ahs or buts, it will be the best Christmas going. And sure we'll figure the rest of it out on Stephen's Day. That's nice. I met Colum when I got back. Sean's had left, took all of his stuff too. I didn't want to talk. There was someone on my couch, so I lay on the floor. Back to the hole. Oh, a journal. Things to remember about Sean's. I couldn't help but notice the big he left thing. Ishan Sean's Lavelle. 1. He gets on best with his brother Neil. They play football in the garden sometimes when the weather's good. Age 18, 19? Did his leaving last summer? 2. Bought his guitar with some cash from working in the chip shop. He likes music, reading, music, science fiction, Manchester music, his mom's cooking, music. Dislikes H.L. talking about himself, smelly fish, black pudding. He left. 3. He's never been to India. He doesn't even really know his relatives there. He wants to go sometime, though. 4. His favorite writer is Arthur C. Clarke. I'm going to make him read As Swim Two Birds and he'll love it. 5. He is terrible at lying. My favorite thing about him, he taps his fingers on any nearby surface, hammering out little tunes. 22nd of December. Things change so quickly, before you're ready at all. Colin was upset and Jack was furious. He said the Banshee are finished because of me. Sean's told them he's done. I wanted to hide in the attic, but it was raining. Because of me, yeah, right. Everyone from the party cleared out. Someone called the guards on us and noise complaint. We have 24 hours to get out. The big house is done. Maggie is coming back tomorrow to get our stuff. 23rd. Maggie drove us to the house this morning in her old banger. You'll catch a death staying there any longer. It was kind of nice being scolded with kindness. We bundled all our stuff into her car, but then there wasn't enough space for us to sit, so myself, Colin, and Jack had to walk. It was a very silent journey across HL. We played dusty board games by the fire, and we all warmed up a little. Maggie finally realized I wasn't always a girl, and she was very nice. I suppose no one ever expects it. Jack even kind of apologized for being upset at me. Maggie's cottage only has 2 bedrooms, so I'm on the couch again. It's a small one, but she has a cozy woolen blankets. I like it. Maggie O'Malley, age 63. I felt bad asking, but she just laughed. Likes tea, Viennese whirls, trad music, painting, the Legion of Mary. My favorite thing about her, the way she prepares tea, she uses loose leaf and she's really careful with it. There's a lot of art in her house. Apparently she's popular with the artists who live around here. 2. She learned Irish from her grandmother who didn't speak any English. Her grandmother left her the college when she died. 3. She taught English and geography. Dislikes cold weather, drunk people, licorice, Mary, 2 names from down in the village. 4. Before I knew her as Colum's aunt, I knew her as one of the readers in Mass. She still does it. 5. She has a lovely, soft singing voice. Not just at Mass, she gets called on to sing whenever there's a session going in the pub. The 24th. After my first hot shower in weeks, I helped Colin prepare for tomorrow's dinner. I was hoping I'd get to talk to him about what happened with Sean's, but I just couldn't. In the evening, we went to the pub for a Christmas Eve pint. I wondered what I'd do if I saw Sean's, but he wasn't there. Fergal was, though. Oh, Fergal. I wasn't expecting it, but through the crowd our eyes met. It felt like a punch in the gut. I drank my diluted blackcurrant quietly and didn't look that way again. As we were leaving, he pushed an envelope into my hand. I wasn't going to give this to you. Dear child, the post office is closed now. This is the last letter to be delivered. Fergal and I both worked off our feet with the rush of cards. I recognize so many of the names, young people you were in school with too, all gone. Some of them in Dublin, some in the States or Canada or Australia. I'm glad you didn't go that far away, but you're not home either. It made me think. I've heard things. I understand you're not who I thought you were, but I can't believe it. It seems so sudden. There were no signs. You never told me you were unhappy. I'm sorry if all of this is my fault. I must have raised you wrong. People do say it's bad for your child to be tied to your apron, but I just cared so much for you, pet. It's okay if you like men or dress funny or whatever it is. The world is changing. I won't get mad, not on Christmas, but I'm worried about you, that's all. You're making life difficult for yourself. I just don't know where you'll end up, and if you could keep it quiet, sure, but sure, what you do on your own time is your own business. No one else should mind. I'll see you soon, and we'll talk at last. I've been making mince pies. I made as much dough and filling as I normally do, but it took much longer than I thought without you. Silly old me. There are so many Fergal won't finish them by himself. And then a recipe for Christmas dinner. And we're back at the hole. There was so much snow. I wasn't sleeping. I couldn't stop thinking about Mom's letter. So I was awake at 2 in the morning when it started. Sleepy Cassio. The gentle hissing as it hit the window finally helped me doze. Jack woke me up early, eager for presents. Colum came in behind him with a cup of tea. 8:20 a.m., December 25th. Extra-Terrestrial. We were all ushered into Maggie's living room with our cups in hand. I didn't have any presents for anyone. But everyone was so nice. Maggie gave me an unopened box of makeup. Colum joked about it being the one he gave her last year. I was delighted to have it passed on. I wonder if Fergal or Mom had anything for me. Soon enough, it was time for Mass. Maggie was very kind about none of us coming to Mass. So kind, it was obvious she was really disappointed. I'd never missed Mass on Christmas before. This didn't feel like Christmas. All I could think about was the letter and Mom. I decided to go home. It was easier to just go than to keep chewing on it. Cassio, you don't have to. If you want to go, do. Just don't feel like you've no choice. Family isn't only the one you're born into. That's true. And you feel like more of a sister than any of my actual sisters. Don't forget that. I'm assuming that's Colum, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Colum. The turkey's delicious, Mom. Thanks. What's wrong? Nothing. Would you pass some more gravy? It's so good. How was Mass? Oh, lovely. So I gather you didn't make it? It was hard to get there in the weather. And was it the weather that made you avoid us for the last few weeks? The priest gave a very nice sermon about the importance of family. Oh, were there many kids? Of course, they came out and told us everything they learned about the nativity, and why we must look after the needy. Margaret O'Malley was looking after myself and Colum for the last few days. She was very kind. She's a strange one, all right, taking in other people's children. Can I have some more sprouts? Thanks. Is there anything on the TV for Christmas? Oh yeah, they're showing that movie you were in. What are you talking about? E.T., of course, though they made you a lot less ugly for the TV. You did love E.T. when you went with your dad. For months afterward, he used to spend all day drawing the cutest pictures of people in space. I had one in the fridge for years. He never put up any of my art, Mom. 'Cause he never drew anything, Fergal. Shut your gob. Shouting, that's not very ladylike. Jesus, Fergal, what is your problem? What's my problem? You abandoned your mother and left her worried sick for weeks. Then you show up out of the blue and dress like that? Come on now, Fergal. Remember the story of the prodigal son. Is that all you're going to say to him? I didn't come home to be ridiculed. I hope you came home to apologize. I'll give you an apology if I get some too. Stop. Let's just enjoy dinner. I was peeling spuds all week, and I'm just glad we're here together. Now you see why it's been hard to talk. It's even harder to listen to this crap. Mom, I just don't understand, Pet. Why do you need to understand? Can't you just accept me? What me are you talking about? The one I've known for 23 years or the one I've known for 2 weeks? It's the same me, and I want you to know me better. I want us to be in each other's lives. Are you threatening to leave again? I need some air. You can't run away forever. Pet, come back. The air I needed was 2 kilometers away in the snow. It was cold air and damp air, but it was quiet air. Back to the hole. Another journal. This feels like it might be the last one. Happy Christmas. 26th. Back in the big house. There's a strange burning smell when I turned on the light in the kitchen this morning. It's falling apart, but houses don't fall apart all at once. They do it slowly, piece by piece, room by room. Electricity isn't safe, and I don't want to light the fire. I don't want anyone to know I'm here. "27th. Sean's walked past the house today, headed for Keen Beans Beach. He didn't see me. Our conversations are wriggling through my skin. At about 4:30, there was a knock. I blew out the candles and burrowed myself under a blanket. Are you in there? News around the town is you lot got out. Heard the guards were coming in Scarpurge, I don't know what that means. But then Oif told me you hadn't been seen at old Miss O'Malley's house. Did they turn you away? I guess no one really wants a weirdo like you around. Mom is worried sick about you. I can't believe she still cares. You'd think she'd have given up on you by now. I have. Thanks. Hello? Hello. It's so good to hear You've reached the voicemail. Damn it. McHugh, please leave a message with your name and... Damn it. Where are you? If you would like to talk about my accountancy services, ring... What? Is this a joke? You're an accountant? Hello. Pick up. Tell me how to fix this. I don't know where to go. Your name and number. I'll get back to you. Except you haven't, Mac. I trusted you. Hello? You've known for weeks when I would arrive, and now I can count the time we have left in hours. You've reached the voicemail of, I have nowhere and there's no one left. There's no one on Earth who even knows who I am. No NASA to whisk me away. No, not even an accountant from Mayo. Just some sheep in a field while a black hole devours the Earth. At least I can witness the end of everything under a nice clear sky. Hello? The 28th. I woke up coughing this morning. Hope I'm not coming down with a dose of something. I saw Sean's through the window this morning again. I had to do something. So I walked out into the wind and down onto the beach. Sean's. Cassio? Hey, so, how are things? Oh, fine. You know, same old. What are you doing here? I thought you were with Colum and Jack and Dugort now. Jesus, you look awful. It's complicated. Of course it is. I was with them, then I was back home, and now I'm not. Yeah, you always seem to make things complicated and weird. I'm sorry, Sean's. I was surprised. But we can fix everything. We can go get Gollum and Jack and put the band back together. We can just be friends again. The band was a dream. It was never going to happen. But you were so good. We did nothing all summer and then played a single gig in the community hall. Where's this coming from? What happened to you? It's just reality. What about Dublin? What about Manchester or India? Don't be stupid. Herring off without money will only have me crying home on the phone anyway. God, you're like a different person. I don't even know you. When I went home, I found out about how people talked about the lot of us. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. I liked you, but that's not me. Wow, do you hear yourself? You have no idea what it's like. I'm already an outsider on HL. I don't belong anywhere. I can't... That's why we have to look out for each other. I just want to be normal, Cassio, and I'll never be normal with you. Ouch. Cassiopeia. Thanks for waiting. I made some tea for you. I thought you might be a bit dehydrated from space. You're an accountant? Yeah, I'm also a bit of an astronomy geek. Oh god. I picked up your signals. Did you not tell someone important? Well, I wanted to, but no one listened. And I had to do something. Thanks. Thanks, Mac. It's nice to meet you for real. You're shorter than I pictured. What do we do now, then? The source of radiation is on the far side of HL Island. There's a bus coming soon. We're waiting on a bus to save the world? It's usually on time, and we can sit up at the front. The 29th. It's so cold I should light a fire, but even if I wanted to, there's no fuel. I'd have to break a chair or something. Getting by with blankets and hot tea. At least the kettle works. Maggie, Colum, and Jack came, but I don't want to bother anyone. My chest feels tight and my body hurts. I can't stop coughing, and every time my head spins. Cassio? Cassio? Come out, pet. You can't live in there. It's not safe. Sean's told us, Cassio. We know you're in there. I'm sorry things didn't work out with your mom, pet. Cassio, it's like I told you. We're family. Please come on out. This is ridiculous. Are you sure she's really here? There's not even a fire going. We should call the guards. Something really bad could have happened. Oh, Cassio. This is ridiculous. She's probably left for Dublin. The two of you waste so much time on her. She doesn't even appreciate the half of it. That's enough, Jack. Come on. How did you know where to go? This is the image I retrieved from the black hole data. It had an address on the back. I hope you're right. It's getting dark out there. By me, Chongi Road, Duag. Oh, it's fine. The 30th. The guards came back and Fergal with them. I almost called out, but I knew better. Fergal, this place is a wreck. I don't think there's anyone here. I know there is. I heard movement, and I saw lights last night. I can't be wasting time on this. The big search is starting soon. For all we know, we'll find the body on the coastline. Searching this place will only take 5 minutes. I don't want to break the door down and find an empty house. The nuns would have my neck. Tell you what, I'll come back tomorrow after dark with PJ and we'll see what we see. If there is someone in there, I'll get them out. I'm scared. I'm starving. I feel so sick. I'm gonna die. Are you sure this is the right place? It's the only thing we've got. Okay, pass the image to me and I'll put it through the letterbox. She has it, but the black hole is still here. It's still growing. Who is she? Can she stop the trigger event? She's my It doesn't matter. It's all in her hands now. Hey, Mac. If Earth survives this, do you want to see the rest of the universe with me? December 31st, the Anomaly. I have to go somewhere. I can barely move. It's so cold. I'll burn the book. Oh my god, we're racing Ireland. Sorry, Ireland. Oh, and the world. That's okay. Who needs that? And the... What the hell? The universe too, maybe? Okay, you don't need a universe. What do you need a universe for anyway? Yeah, I think we're kind of like destroying things here a little bit. It's okay, Cassio. It's okay. Oh, I'm destroying Cassio. Sorry. Time doesn't exist in a black hole. Every moment crushed together, past and present and future in one endless scream. No way to change anything. No way to move. Ooh. All like the words from the past, yeah. Haunting me. This suspiciously me-shaped shape. Oh, am I creating something? Everything's okay. Everything's okay, everything is okay, everything's okay. Yep, I'll keep writing it. I'll just keep writing until oh. Hey, everything is okay. Oh, yeah, gotta go into the hole. Everything's okay. You poor thing, you're burning up. It's okay, everything will be okay. Your mommy's here now, love. I've got you, dear. I've got you, Cassio. Oh, Colin and Maggie are here too. I love getting to see some really nice color here at the end. Now we look outside at our sheep. Probably not ours, but you know. This book belongs to... Oh. 10 years since the event. Oh my god. The world has started to stabilize, communications between towns and cities, and even countries are commonplace again. There are no computers yet, but there's a demand for accountants again. Mac makes a reasonable living doing the books for local businesses from around the west coast. He's setting up a desk plan on his new cubicle desk when he hears the familiar roar of a spaceship outside. Cassiopeia. Tidy. He finishes tidying up first, but he wants to impress her with his neatness. He straightens his tie and heads outside. Long time no see, Cassiopeia says, grinning. Her skin seems to have been tanned purple by some strange cosmic star. It's only been a year, Max says, but I'm sure for you it's been many more. They both laugh. As he looks at her, Max's chest gets uncomfortably tight. He missed her. He wasn't sure if it was the conversations about space and science he missed, or her personality. I have some great stories for you, Cassiopeia says. I'll tell you more about them in the ship. What? Max stares at her. Aren't you coming, she says, surprised. I came back for you like we said. He doesn't know how to answer. I can't, Max says at last. My family need me here. Cassiopeia stares at him, then nods. Mac? Yeah, Cassiopeia? Whenever you're ready, call me. I'll be there. I'll come get you. See you next year. January 5th, 1994. I've been awake for a few days, eating turkey leftovers, drinking cups of tea, and sleeping. I'm finally able to write without my hand shaking. I'm getting better quickly. Colin comes around a lot, every day since I was found. Jack comes too, but he doesn't stay. Yesterday Colin brought cake from Maggie, and today he brings me a new journal. He found the remains of the old one in the big house. Start over. I'm excited to start over. It was almost full anyway. I haven't seen Sean's, but Colin says he's asking for me. I'll say hi. I tell Colin to say hi. Oh. What do I do with this? Oh, I think I just... Next page? Okay. We're all still awkward with each other. Jack and Colin too. I think everyone feels... hurt. Jack's cooking apology rashers. Soon I'll be well enough to climb Croagon with him again. December 31st, 2018. Self-confidence. The older I get, the more I like myself. I find I care less and less what other people think of me, and more for my own opinion. And these days, I'm so much more comfortable in my own skin. Oh, do I get to make what I look like? Yeah. Big smile. What kind of hair do I like? I think I don't know if there's a pixie cut, but I think the pixie cut. I like the dark one. Ooh, a necklace? Well, I mean, come on. Obviously, we have to go with the ooh. Oh, I put it on. No, this one for sure. You have to go with the themed earrings, of course. Ooh, what would I want to wear? I mean, I would be wearing a t-shirt because that's just who I am. So t-shirt, I guess. You know, I like the blue. Yeah, it's a good background. What a good game. Thank you, Dreamfeel. I don't know if I'm like understanding things correctly, but I think that Mac, because that's Cassiopeia's last name, and they talk about time kind of like being future and past, and so I kind of took it as Mac being like of the version of Cassiopeia that never transitioned and kind of struggled. And that's because that's also in the beginning, I think it was the mom that talked to Cassio about like becoming an accountant or something. So it kind of seems to me like that final conversation is basically just like them talking about like, whenever you're ready, I'll be here for you to support you, and like kind of like your own, like Cassio's own self being like, I'll wait, it's okay, I'll be here for you, you know. So that's what I took it as. But an incredible game. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's definitely a long one, so it's the full game, but thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Stay Achter wil go vi bli er så skri